So I'm back. It's the same day. I just recorded my second video, and what a difference a day makes. Started out crappy, ending on the highest point I've had in years. And I mean literally more than 2 years. um, Granted, there's still stuff going on, but I feel like I've hit that peak of my recovery. I think I know what the diagnosis is. I stumbled upon it as I was reading that book I was telling you guys about in my first video. I was rereading certain parts because I've read it already, but I read the patient C's remark again. And it was after something my counselor told me this morning, because I have, go to the therapist, and, she's been helping me through just not believing that this is permanent, and just working through past stuff. And she's always been telling me this is something that's been coming out of my body that's trying to manifest, or that what is she like? Basically, the pain is just a symptom of some deeper stuff that's coming up, and that this is a time for me to heal and work through that stuff. And that she fully believed that the pain would stop once I dealt with this. So I get home from that appointment feeling a little better. I'm like, okay. And she was adamant, because she's a Christian. She is actually a member of my church as well. And she was like, I really want you to hear this, because I was crying about this being possible permanent disability. And she's like, I need you to hear this. This is from the Spirit. I really believe this is from the Spirit. She said, this is not permanent. This is definitely not permanent. And so I was like, okay, I took that home with me, read this, and it was all about this patient C giving a case study about their repetitive strain injury syndrome. And I'll just read it. They said, the stretching, massage, and improved ergonomics didn't solve my problems. There was more to it than that. I was treated by Dr. Sarno, remember that name, who diagnosed me with Tension Myositis Syndrome, his name for the complex of pain that is ultimately caused by unresolved emotional conflicts. After attending his seminar and getting considerable help from a psychotherapist referred by Dr. Sarno, I've made more progress. We determined that my problems were caused by traumatic issues related to family life and my career. I think that applies to me. I'm back to typing almost as much as before. I still have some symptoms, but I'm in control. And my workstation is much different than in the past. Everything is adjustable and set at the right position, and I use voice recognition software. So a lot of the things that I've been using, but what really jumped out at me was the confirmation that this is a psychophysiological symptom or disorder or disability. I don't know. I still am learning about all of the. Basically, it's a mind-body prescription is what the one term for this. The mind-body prescription, healing the body, healing the pain. Dr. John Sarno. It's called Tension Myositis. Anyways, so I've been looking up anything that has to do with those keywords, Dr. Sarno, like myositis, whatever, and just all I've been learning. And I actually found a treatment recovery center that ascribes to his philosophy or treatment options right here locally in Southern California. So in Los Angeles, actually. And I am... Sorry about that. That's my break timer telling me I can, go back to working on the computer. But the whole thing is about addressing whatever internally is going on in your body that your body thinks is helping you by distracting you with pain. So it's real pain. It's real. And it's been, studied and classified and categorized. It's real pain people are feeling. They're not crazy, and they're not intentionally hurting themselves. So they're not just, crazy people trying to take advantage of the system. I'm not. It's a subconscious coping mechanism that your body thinks it's helping you, or your brain does, to not face whatever these undealt with, unresolved emotions are either. And one of the symptoms list also talked about like repressed anger. And just today in my session with my counselor, she was just like saying, let's really camp on this, like what you're expressing about this anger toward someone in my family in my past, that I never dealt with. And like, cause I think I've repressed my anger because as a Christian even, and growing up Mormon, and just seeing how angry my dad was, I think anger was bad. So I think I've repressed a lot of anger in my life. It's resulted in a lack of boundaries, a lack of, just wanting to please everybody. And, it just talks about the mind body or whatever that symptom therapy is. It's me to the T. Like, people that tend to get this the symptom, everything. I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the turning point that I've been looking for, or that I've been waiting for and praying for. Like, God, what in the world do I have? Like, give me some hope of treatment, of like understanding this. And now I have it. I'm like, oh, it's all in my mind. But it's not intentional. And so I'm excited about dealing with the roots and saying, all right, let's see what am I feeling? Like, what's going on in there that my body is like, oh, look, pain over here, distract. And so anyways, I've been reading online and about therapy options, journaling, like different exercises that they recommend. I reached out to the clinic or whatever that treats psychophysiological disorders or disabilities. I don't know what the D stands for. PPD is what they call it. But hopefully they'll reach out to me, and they said stop doing anything that reinforces the idea that there's something physiologically wrong with you that's causing the pain, because it's not. There's nothing structurally wrong with my arms or hands according to the x-rays and everything. And so my mind is either restricting the oxygen, causing pain. I think with the stress, I do need to breathe more and meditate. Maybe that's why I like yoga. But I feel hope. I'm going to keep reading. I just ordered a book that I found as I've been researching this new kind of therapy that is called God Does Not Want You to Be in Pain. By, who is it by? Let me see here. I just got it on Kindle. So I'm looking forward to starting to read that. God Does Not Want You to Be in Pain by, whoa, it's so small. Show me. I don't know. Where is it? I'm going to edit this out. This is going to look great. Okay, there it is. God does not want you to be in pain. It looks like this. By Eric Watson and Walter Oleksy. Proven techniques and faith can heal you. So that was recommended, or that was on the wiki for this particular disability, or this mind-body therapy approach. And I'm going to read it. I'm going to look into the other book that was recommended or written by Dr. Sarno about his process, and watch some videos on the websites that I've been looking up about the process, and it's really resonating. So I'm just trying to allow myself to think differently about my pain, and I put my ergonomic station kind of back to normal. So I flattened the tent keyboard I had. I switched back to the roller mouse that I had. They said to do things that go back to kind of normal of how you live, so that you're not triggering yourself to think that there's something wrong with you. So, I mean, I still might not, I changed my work restriction on the RSI guard program that I've been using, to not really have a rigid restriction. It'll remind me to take a break, but that's okay. I'll just like breathe more and like do some something that makes me feel good, but not because I'm in pain, or not because I'm afraid that I'll be in pain. And I'm oversimplifying it. Please research this yourself. It sounds simplistic. It's definitely controversial in the medical field. A lot of doctors are like, oh, there's no science behind it. And yet people like speak about this doctor. He's been on like 2020. He's been on like, the Rosie O'Donnell show. Like, people are like swear by this doctor. And it's the first time I've really felt like my symptoms have been resonating. Like, why has nothing else worked? And so if you're at your wit's end, like I have been, then by all means, check this guy out. Check out he's retired now, but you can check out his books and research his name or the things. Just go down the rabbit hole like I'm going. And I have hope for the first time in a while. So I'm looking forward to this not being permanent. I definitely feel like God is releasing me from, or that this journey is like, the uphill part is over. I think I'm over the hill. So not to say that there won't be pain, but I'm just going to not let the pain control me. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get back to life. I'm going to help my friend out with the horses again. I'm excited. So no more depression. Yay. Good luck to you. And I'll keep you posted. I will post more videos as I experiment, and I'm going to stop acupuncture. I went yesterday, but the therapy approach that I'm learning about, the mind-body approach, says don't do things that are going to treat the physical symptoms, because that's going to reinforce the idea that there's something physiologically wrong when it's psychophysiologically. So I'm going to tell my acupuncturist to hold off on the herb supplements she ordered and the other things, and I'm going to see how this goes. So we'll see together.